Thank you for the lives you lived, the choices and sacrifices you made, the places you traveled, the challenges and struggles you endured, everything you did in order for me to be where I am today. I will do those things within my power and integrity, and in alignment within my highest good, to bring you love, light, honor, and reverence. May the choices I make bring you healing as they heal me. May the healing carry forward into the lives of my future generations, so they are free to just be. Let me feel, see, smell, hear, and know you always. For I am you, and you are me. There is no separation. I thank you. I love you. This is dedicated to you. Ashe. Egun. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you for being with me, protecting me, loving me. Thank you for the lives you lived, the choices and sacrifices you made, the places you traveled, the challenges and struggles you endured, everything you did in order for me to be where I am today. I will do those things within my power and integrity, and in alignment within my highest good, to bring you love, light, honor, and reverence. May the choices I make bring you healing as they heal me. May the healing carry forward into the lives of my future generation. I thank you. I love you. This is dedicated to you. Ashe.
Hi, hello Patreons, and hello everyone. I'm Adiola Naomi, and if you're watching this video, it's because you are one of my Patreons and you have chosen to invest in me. And due to your investment, I also choose to invest in you energetically, and we will be doing this journey together. So this is our first collective reading. For the month of August, I will be doing a collective energy report for what to expect in the month of August, and I like to always enter and start with an ancestral prayer to welcome our ancestors into the space, to clear off any energy that is getting in the way of our blessings, getting in the way of our progress. And then after the prayer, I would share a bit of the astrology for August, and then I'll go into the tarot and the oracle message intuitively about what is the message for us this month. If you see in the beginning, I have a cleaning ritual that I enter with. That is my practice before doing reading for public. When I have clients, when I have people, I just always like to welcome in good energy. So as I said that, I would like to really thank you for investing in me, for creating the space together and making it possible to have this intimate community where we can do this ascension work and ancestral veneration work together. I appreciate your commitment. I appreciate your investment, and I am praying that as you invest in me, may all those investments come back to you a millionfold. And as we start, let's start with a prayer. If you have a cup of water, it's good to drink some. I'm actually gonna go grab a cup of water because I forgot to bring mine. So I'm back, and if you have a cup of water with you, please drink some water and let's start. This is a recording, so you can always come back to this. You can always try to see what is in it for you and listen to the message and re-listen. It's up here forever, I guess. Okay, let's start with a prayer. If you have a crystal, you can grab some. I'm holding on to my black tourmaline and my aventurine. Precious, honorable, divine, and elevated ancestors, thank you for this month. Thank you for the energy for this month. Thank you for this community. Thank you for the intimacy that you create in this space. I am grateful for you for creating the space and holding the space for us so that we're able to collectively commune and venerate our beloved ancestors. I pray to my elevated ancestors, the healers, the lovers, the nurturers, the prophets, the intuitives, the warriors, to come today and hold space with me and hold space with this community, all the people that are listening to this message, that whatever we have come with, our own preconceived notion, our own biases that shall be removed from this message. That this message should be a message of clarity, a message that we really need right now to move forward in our evolution and in our collective and individual ascension. That as I pray today, I welcome my ancestors and I pray that you would go clean up all low vibration energy that is against our destiny, that is against our evolution, to leave it and cut it off from us. I pray and I honor, I pray and I honor, I pray and I honor Mojuba, Mojuba, Mojuba Egun, Mojuba Ori, Mojuba Egun, Mojuba Ori, Mojuba Egbe. And I'm calling upon the ancestors of all the people watching this, the ancestors that want you to evolve, the ancestors that want you to progress, the ancestors that seek good for you. I pray and I call on the angels from east and south, all the divine guardian angels that walk with us. I call upon our Egbe, those are spiritual family from every angle of the earth. I call upon the spirit of earth, the spirit of water, the spirit of air, the spirit of fire, that you would collectively support us in this collective healing. And this month will be a month of peace, a month of ease, and a month that help us align ourselves with ease and abundance. Ashe, Ashe. So, the astrology, so I would like to start with the astrology for this week. I'm actually telling you the astrology for this week from the website of the astrology podcast. So if you don't listen to them, you should. They're really good. And if you're already into astrology or thinking of getting into astrology, I'll definitely recommend this. So, astrology alignment and ingresses for the month of August. The Sun conjuncts Mercury on August 4. I'm recording this on the 31st of July. Mercury opposed Saturn on August 4th. Mercury is coming into Leo and opposed Saturn in Aquarius. The Sun opposes Saturn on August 2nd, come in direct opposition to Saturn on the 2nd of the month. So you can see how this month is starting really. Mercury squares Uranus on August 2nd again. Mercury squares Uranus on August 3rd. And the Sun squares Uranus on August 6th. Then there is the Lion Gate on August 8th, which is also a new moon in Leo. That is the big energy. I recommend that I might have a little event and come here for a download, or I might drop some voice notes, voice message or audio message. Definitely a day that I suggest you should get out and bake in the sun. Allow the energy of the sun to renew you afresh, to renew your spirit afresh. And then Venus opposite Neptune, which is really weird. It's a difficult, well, not really difficult, it's not a realistic day. This is happening on August 9th. So August 9th is the day to tap into your romantic self. Think a bit about creating what is the real word. What is the word that you would like to, what is the word, I guess not real, but what is the ideal word that you would like to create? Dream about it. This is a day to dream. August 9th is a dreamy day. So if you come in with the Lion's Gates on the 8th of August and bringing that energy of renewal into what is the new thing that you need, so actually that new energy, how does it help you to get into, let's say, this dream, this big thing? Dream big. I mean, Venus opposite of Neptune is not really a sustainable energy that lasts. It's not long lasting, but it's an energy to dream and help you push forward your imagination and the way you love. So be a bit romantic here. And Mercury opposed Jupiter. Mercury then is in Leo and opposes Jupiter in Aquarius on August 10. Mercury enters Virgo, precision, its home house, its domicile house on August 11. Venus enters Libra on August 16. Venus is also going home. Venus is happy in Libra. Venus wants you to tap into the dreams, the loves, the air, the surroundings where you live. How does it look like? And then Mercury conjuncts Mars on August 18. Be careful what you say. Maybe write down how you feel that day. Uranus stations retrograde on August. Uranus is currently in Taurus. Look at where Uranus is in your chart, because Uranus is going to be here for a while. And it's stationed retrograde on August 19. And the Sun opposes Jupiter again on August 19. and there is a big full moon. So earlier in this month of in the Leo season, so in July, end of July, we had a full moon in Aquarius. So this is a period where we have 2 full moons, right? So we're gonna have another full moon. So Aquarius have 2 full moons this year. Another full moon we're gonna have on August 22. So whatever is going on in Aquarius, whatever part of your chart Aquarius is, just make sure that you're being careful to continue the work you started in the other full moon. What is it that you were releasing? Are you releasing limiting belief? Are you releasing scarcity mentality? Are you releasing fear? Then finish up that release now, because that would amplify. Because that's the thing with having 2 full moon is the work that is happening in Aquarius, especially with Jupiter back in Aquarius, it's a time to get work done. And I would even say there might be more travel restriction here from this day. Watch out, see for yourself. The sun enters Virgo on August 22. That is where we go back to basically thinking about all the details of our daily life, what is going on. It's a time where we evaluate and take assessment about the things that we've been doing throughout from last year to this year, when the sun is now in Virgo, because in Virgo we have to have laser focus, focusing on things. And then we go to Mercury. Check where Virgo is in your chart also to help you kind of narrow it down, because it doesn't work the same for everyone. And then we go to Mercury opposite Neptune on August 24. Write poem, write prose, chill. Don't say things that you're not gonna like later, the things that you will not be very proud of later. Just be careful that day. And Mercury enters Libra again. Beautiful words, nice words, good things are happening on August 29. So I don't know if you work with election charts, but if you watch the astrological podcast, you will see there's like a lot of election days and stuff in August. August is actually a very good day energetically. And that's it for the astrology. I will focus on that when I do the reading for each sign, so that I'll do a bit rising sign, so that I kind of focus later on how the astrology might affect all of us at that time. Okay, so the energy for this month, I'm using 2 decks. Oh wow, I'm using 2 decks. So I'm using the Modern Witch deck, and I'll be using the Oracle deck of Angel and Ancestral Oracle to have a collective energy reading for this month and see. So what is the energy that I think the message I'm asking our ancestor is what is the lesson for this month? What is the lesson we need to learn this month collectively, and how do we move forward in 3 different timelines? So I will have 3 timelines. That's also why I have the crystals here. So this is the crystal, but I have 3 crystals, so you can pick a crystal. As I'm doing the collective one, start thinking, do you want to be the rose, the clear quartz, aventurine, or black tourmaline? So, but let's start first with what is the lesson for this month? What are we being asked to work on? How the spirits want to guide us collectively first? So collectively, the energy is given exhaustion or confusion, rather. Yeah, but not in a bad way. Okay, so our current energy for this month is quite weird. Weird in a good way, because honestly Jupiter is just back in Aquarius, and that is already says a lot, because Jupiter in Pisces was a taste of what next year will look like when Jupiter is fully at home in Pisces. And Jupiter being back in Aquarius, where Saturn is currently at, Pluto is in Capricorn, Saturn retrograding actually. So Saturn is currently in Aquarius and trying to teach us how to collectively realize that we are each other's responsibility. Like, I do not work in isolation from you. My ascension is no different from your ascension. What happens to me happens to you. And I think living in an individualistic world means that we struggle with that. We struggle with the energy of being asked to put other people first. And I think I want to be frank, and that's really why we do this video on Patreon, is that if you think about it, a lot of people stop wearing masks because they're vaccinated. But being vaccinated does not mean that you cannot contact the virus and you cannot give it to other people. But because people are still thinking as individual and less than collective, people keep acting like that. And also thinking about vaccine shortages in the majority of the world, not the Western world. So the Western world are vaccinating people, people are traveling, but why are you traveling? Where are you going? How are you going? So for example, I was checking the numbers last week for Nigeria and Congo and most African nations. The numbers are rising. They're having a third wave. They're having a fourth wave because there are no vaccine. 1% of the population has been vaccinated. 0.1%, sorry, of the African population have been vaccinated. So it's a little bit about this will never work. It's a pandemic. So it's a global health problem. For us to solve this, we need to act globally. We are a global community and we work together. Otherwise, there is no point trying to eradicate COVID, because you as an island, as an isolated, for example, I'm speaking for the UK or Belgium, as an isolated country can eradicate COVID, but it's a disease that literally spread by one person getting on a plane. So you have to think globally. We have to think communally. So the energy, as I go, that's the message. Intuitively, you just have to bear with me, right? So the energy for this month is given. 7 of Wands and 5 of Swords. There is a lot of deception in the air. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of tension. So there is mental deception, mental, not really like mental tiredness, but yes, exhaustion in a way that we are at the brink of a change. When there is a change, when the change is coming and people forget that the harder we push against change, the more resistance there is to change, the longer it's going to take us. And this is the energy, like if you look at the 2 cards, right, the energy that we're currently in this month, and then we go to the tips and how spirit wants us to move forward, right? If you look at the 2 cards, the 7 of Wands is someone working against themselves. You are thinking that you can do this by yourself. You are your own worst enemy by thinking that, because there's no way anybody can do it by themselves. First of all, because we are communal beings. And when you think that you can do things by yourself, you isolate yourself, and isolating yourself just brings you here, where mentally you're fighting against change. Mentally, you think you know what is best. Mentally, you think that you can't do this anymore, when you shouldn't have to, because nobody told you to do this alone. Really, Spirit is saying, why do you think that you can work alone when God is telling you that you are God and you are me and I am you? We're a reflection of God and we are created in God's image and likeness, or whatever you think the higher power is. It might be spirit, it might be ancestors, it might be whatever name you choose to call God. I use God because that's my belief, that there is it's not even just God, right? There is a support system. There is a spiritual family out there to support you in this work. And it's so beautiful because we cannot collectively keep fighting against each other and collectively keep thinking that we do this change by ourselves and collectively fight against each other and other each other. There's a level of othering that is going on in the collective psyche of, I need to change by myself if I had changed. So this is when you think about it, think about climate justice and climate change happening right now. There is a flood. It won't stop raining in Europe. Western Europe and East Europe and Central Europe is raining. There is drought. There is flood in West Africa. There is every part of the world is in chaos. There is hot heat and heat wave going on in North America. Why? Because we collectively decide to blame people for the changes that are happening globally. We collectively have ad agencies saying that if you use paper straw, everything will be fine. But that's not true. Like, you keep using paper straw, yeah, I get it. It helps to be aware of our contribution to how we fuck up the universe and how we fuck up the planet and earth, because we are custodian of the earth. But that doesn't solve the problem. The problem needs to be solved on a conglomerate level. Who are the people that actually affect our planet? Nuclear warfares and war weapons all over the world that keep dropping in Syria, that keep dropping in Afghanistan, that keep dropping in Palestine. Those are affecting our climate. Billionaires getting on spaceship is affecting our climate. You literally buying 2 t-shirts might affect our planet, but that is not the big picture. That is not where the problem is. Like, we can collectively, as 7 billion people say, stop using straws. I can't this as ableist anyway, but we can all stop using straws. We can all stop using single-use plastic. If the big guys, the billionaires, still continue to have ego competition against each other and go into space, waste of energy, waste of resources, because there are people dying, there are people that literally need all that money, there are their own employees that need all that money. If they continue doing that, we will continue, the planet is going to die. We're going to, no, actually, the planet is not going to die. Spirit is like, no, the planet cannot die. We will not be able to survive here. So the planet will recircle and reset itself. It's us that then need to find a place to go, and we can't go nowhere. So we destroy our own home because we keep thinking individually. We keep thinking as if the work that you're doing, the ancestral work that you're doing, the healing that you're doing, the self-love that you're being preached to, the consumeristic way of, oh, you need to heal yourself and love yourself before nobody love you, is really not about you. It's about healing your lineage. It's about healing your ancestors. It's about stopping people that contribute to all of our detriment. It's about not having billionaires jump on a huge penny spaceship. It's about calling our government. It's about looking at the structure that, because Saturn being in Capricorn last year told us and showed to us that we need to look at the government structures. We need to look at the systems and not the individual. The individuals will change if the system change, and then we create behavioral changes that change the individual. You cannot start as a public, thinking about this as a public health expert, right? You cannot eradicate a pandemic by behavioral changes, because you know why? We need community development. We need people. We need government to stand up and say, okay, we need to try to make sure every country in the world gets vaccine. We need, if they want to be vaccinated, we need to make sure that everywhere in the world is safe and there is food for everyone. It sounds crazy, right? But it's not. So, Spirit, what is the message and how can we move forward this month to understand and contribute to our elevation and the collective elevation? Whew. So, Spirit is saying, money, money, money. Challenge where your money is coming from. Look. And know that, here, where we invest our money, as we have the energy of the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. I'm going to start with the Page of Pentacles. As individual, we always think that we cannot overthrow the government, or we cannot riot, or we do not have a right to march. We have every single right. The moment we start thinking about elected officials as people who work for us rather than people who rule us, because most of the people do not live in dictatorship. Guarantees some people live in dictatorship and regimes, but the leaders in governmental position are supposed to be there for our well-being, for our collective elevation of our nation states, of our countries, of our people. And that works the same way for us. Our ancestors are there as leaders of our lineage because they have been here and they know what it looks like. They know how fucked up it is. They know how to move forward with it. So when our ancestors are saying, be aware of how you invest your money. When I say money, it's not literally just how much you have. Stop shopping up. Amazon doesn't change anything for you, but think about the energy of money. right? Who are you giving that energy to? How are you investing your ancestral energy, your ancestral blessing? As the Queen of Pentacles, you are supposed, and you have the ancestral blessings and abundance to know, and the wisdom to know that your money is not just the cash that you have in your hand, is how you invest it, is who you exchange it with. And honestly, if you think about it, elected official would not be elected if there is no money in the pot. The fact that the Labour Party in the UK is going bankrupt is because the Labour Party is not an opposition party, but it's a party that protects the Tories. And that is how you show to people that you can change system, by divesting. So we're being called to divest. We're being called to contribute to mutual aid, to contribute to healers, to contribute to people whose work is forced and fueled by ancestral elevation instead of capitalist, consumerist ideology of jumping into space. And I'm not saying that don't take the Virgin trains, but I'm saying if there is an alternative, do it. I'm not saying that I'm going to judge you, because we live in a world of contradiction. I'm not going to judge you if you continue to buy things from Amazon, but just think about, why do you continue to give your money to a vampiristic trillionaires that got more money during the pandemic? Why? And the only way for us to move forward, there's a message Spirit is telling us that financial well-being comes with emotional well-being. Your money is your intuition. Your money is your love. Your money is how you feel, how you place yourself in the universe, how you place yourself among your ancestors. So thinking about, there is abundance in the world. Think about it even on a governmental and a bigger global perspective. There is no shortage of vaccine because vaccines are being thrown away, right? There is no shortage of food because people have food. Billionaires became trillionaires in the pandemic, why people die of hunger, why people are homeless. Abundance always existed. So we need to change our mindset from the notion that there is not enough. That's what Spirit is saying. Take this month to focus on the fact that you are abundant, and you are abundance, and you live in an abundance universe. And the ancestral spirit that come from you and me, the ancestral spirit of the earth herself is telling us there is more than enough. God herself is telling us that there is more than enough, but we need to switch our mind. We need to stop competing and running like hamsters on a treadmill. We need to stop competing and letting people think that we are the problem when it's not. Like, the poor are not the problem. People like to shame the poor. People like to shame people that don't have houses, the homeless. Those are not the problem. The problem is in the system, and we need to overthrow it. And we have every power to overthrow it, because we can divest our coins. Where are we spending our energy? Where are we spending our money? Spirit is telling me that's enough. So I'm going to go to the Oracle card. And you know, in Yoruba, they say aborola. So from we speak half a word to a good omoluabi is like a good child. When it comes, when you listen to the half of what I say, it will become whole inside of you when you really trust and listen to your intuition. So, Oracle card for this month, energetically, the Oracle card for the month of August 2021. Okay, so Oracle card for the month of August. Spirit says, take note of intuitive messages. Spirit says it's time to listen to your intuition. This is the card. I am using the Angel and Ancestor Oracle deck by Kyle Gray, designed by Lily Moses. So I'm gonna read, but I will say first what I think intuitively with this message. If you listen to the rest of the tarot, or if you're not part of the Patreon community, you can join us to listen to the full message. I'm only sharing the Oracle card with people on Instagram. The message is a lot, and it's really important that you go listen and join our Patreon, and there's more from where that message comes from. So Spirit is saying, take note of intuitive messages. Take note of intuitive messages. The Moon card is telling us that it's okay that you want to trust your mind alone. It's okay that you want to focus only on hard facts, what is seen, what you can see, and not what is out there. But really, honestly, this month, you and me are being called to trust the divine knowing of ourselves, of our ancestors, but also to listen to what is not being said. What are the unsaid things that spirit is clearly showing you? What are the visions that you see? Watch your dreams. Drink water and connect to your ancestors, connect to the water spirit, connect to the moon. Go out and watch the moon. So in Leo season, we have 2 full moon. The first one have already passed, but the next one is coming in August 22, I think. Let me confirm that. Yeah. The next one, the next full moon is on August 22, as I said, and it's really calling us to be drawn to the moon and allow the moon, because yeah, the card is the moon card, right? So it says, use your intuition and practice discernment. When it comes to time of change, there is a lot of scamming out there. There are a lot of people that want to sell you things that you don't need to buy. There are a lot of people that want you to come to their side. There is a lot of messaging out there that is just telling you, yes, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you could only change, if you could only switch your mind. Look at it. If you could only know, this is the energy for the month. If you could only know, you will change and I will sell you this and you will become a billionaire, you will become a millionaire. We do not need no more billionaires. We do not need billionaires. We need redistribution of wealth. We need discernment. We need people to be held accountable. We need people to be alive. We need people to eat. We need people to be safe. We need health cares and health workers that are properly compensated. We do not need more billionaires. We need a social security system that cares for everyone so people don't have to die or have to go through a GoFundMe to arrange their health care. That's what we need. And it's saying practice discernment. You don't need nobody to be selling you no lies. See through illusions and blockages. What are the blockages or what are the illusions that you actually have? Not other people also. What are the lies you tell yourself? The moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and energy of receiving. If the sun is God, the moon is a goddess. And so she offers a powerful energy of balance and polarity. She has a cyclic energy and is therefore strongly connected to our emotions. Yes, the moon in astrology and in your placement is our emotions, but also to the divine mother, which often comes and go in waves. Allow things to be, flow with everything that is happening. And somewhat interesting behavior. So when the moon appears in a reading, you're often being told that not everything is as it seems. English. The moon has a dark side, just dark, but not negative. Dark is beautiful, actually, if you know how to work darkness. If you are a person who have allowed yourself to do the shadow work, you will know that from your darkness is where the light comes in. Without darkness, there is no light. And you cannot move on by being love and light. Don't let people lie to you. Don't let nobody tell you you're all love and light. You are not. None of us are. Okay, moving on. And the moon can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. What are people lying to you about, or what are you lying to yourself about? Lunar energies, extended messages, sorry. Lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is at the same, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased. So take note of any feelings arising at this time. There are messages from your soul and your angel. Listen to your Ori, listen to your Egbe, listen to your ancestors as they speak to you. There are messages from your souls and your angel. The moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you're avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. If so, it could be holding you in the shadow when your destiny is to be in the light. Don't hide away from your destiny. If this card appears when you feel someone isn't being completely honest and real with you, know that their intention will be revealed to you very soon. But use your discernment. The moon has no secret. She reveals all. She really does reveal all. So for the message for individual, for the 3 timeline, I'm going to pick. So pick a card, crystal rather, and card. Black tourmaline, clear quartz, and aventurine. So After the collective reading, I asked the spirit to give 3 timelines for how do we move forward. Okay, and it's 1 tarot card at a time. What is it that you need to do in your own timeline, in your own life, to move forward with this collective reading? And if you want a very personal reading, you know where to get me. Go to distinguisheddiva.shop and book your personal reading with me. If you're a returning client, I'm still taking reading in August for returning clients. If you're not, you have to wait until September. Okay, and Black tourmaline people. Ace of Pentacle. You're being told to value your money, but also value your resources, and know that there is more than enough, and that the hands that feeds you does not stop. If you believe that the plants in the field, the birds that do not have job, are always sustained and alive and able to feed and able to move forward and able to thrive, everything that you need will be provided in due time. Be patient, be gentle, be soft with yourself. Do not self-criticize yourself. Know that you are abundance and there is a lot of abundance coming your way. People from this timeline, I think that the message I'm getting is you need to release your own limiting belief. You believe that you don't deserve good things, and the spirit and ancestors are saying you deserve every single good thing that is in the world. You are not here to suffer. You are not here to have any lack, because the spirit is always there to provide. Look at the angelic hand. The spirit is always there to provide, and not just money, but every single thing you need. There is abundance, there is flourishing, you are thriving as long as you believe that, as long as you ask for that. So if you have a black tourmaline, I'll say use it to do security work. A lot of people who are in this group, I'm feeling this timeline, are people who have never felt safe in their body, have never felt safe in their own positionality in life, in where they take place here, whether in this framework, they don't believe that they belong, and that's also why they don't believe that they deserve good things. So please work with your roots chakra. Use black tourmaline to meditate throughout the month of August. And I will say journal prompt is, Spirit says the journal prompt for you is, I am abundant, I deserve abundance, the universe pour into me. I am abundant, I deserve abundance, the universe pour into me. I am abundant, I deserve abundance, the universe pours into me. That's your message. Group 2, the Clear Course group. Your timeline and your homework, I would call it homework, that's what I call it, for August is the Temperance card. Sorry for I live in the city, so I can't really help that. Spirit is saying you need to not find a balance, but you need to trust your intuition and know how to integrate between your logic, your mind, your reasoning, what you can see with your physical eye, with what you know, what you feel in your soul, what your ancestors are telling you, what your spirit is telling you, what your intuition. If you have a gut about something, if you have a dream about something, trust it. You're being called to integrate, not just trust that you are a spiritual being, but you have to hone your spiritual gift. As someone who energetically is super intuitive and feel other people's energy and is a medium and a channel, I will tell you that you can get all the messages. If you ignore them, they're useless to you. So you have to learn to integrate. What is the message? So listen again to this whole reading, the collective reading, and go back and say, what do I feel about that message? How does it resonate with me? Where specifically in my life have I seen a dream or anything that goes with this message and is necessary? Necessary. Integrate, alchemize, integrate, alchemize. Use the mind and the gut. Use your emotional intelligence. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. Let the unconscious world reach out to you and help you integrate. Let your ancestors. The message I'm getting literally from this group is, don't forget that you are spirit. You're not just human. You're a soul and you're a spirit, and you reside in this physical world, yes, but you're a spirit here. And look, there's an angel pouring water from one chalice to the other. Just think about that. With one leg in the water and one leg on land. You have to be able to be grounded in both terrain. You are not just one or the other. You're not just physical body, you're also a spirit. And your affirmation, spirit is saying to me, your affirmation for this week is, I am a spiritual being living in a physical world with spiritual gift that is boundless and unlimitless. I am a spiritual being living in a physical world with spiritual gift that is boundless and limitless. I am a spiritual being living in a physical world with spiritual gift that is boundless and limitless. That is your affirmation. Let me focus. Spirit say focus. Going to group 3, the Aventurine group. Oh, sorry. Crystal work with the, so it's interesting. The Clear Quartz is the master healing crystal. It's the master crystal. Get one and work to learn to see your aura, learn to protect your aura, and learn to understand how to connect with your crystal and integrate that into your daily life. So take your crystal everywhere with you this month. Clear Quartz. Group 3, Aventurine. The Hermit card. Apparently you guys need to, this month, hide. Not really hide like you think. So Leo season is a season where everybody should be external. But everybody, and you specifically, are being called to take time for yourself. So hiding, as the Hermit card, is not saying go to the mountains alone. It's saying go inside. Go within yourself. I feel like this group is the group of people that are still challenged about how to divest from the social structures of the world, from the oppressive structures, and finding it difficult to be able to divest themselves and find communities and find spaces where they really truly believe that that's where they need to exchange their energy. So go within and ask yourself these questions. The questions the spirit is telling me that you need to ask yourself is, how am I getting in my own way? How am I staying away from my support system? How am I shunning down the blessings that God and the ancestors are pouring into me? How am I denying myself of ease and pleasure? Damn. Yeah. Go back to the drawing board and ask these questions. How? What ways are you? Your affirmation for this group is, I am at peace, I am healing, and I am learning. I am at peace, I am healing, and I am learning. I am at peace, I am healing, and I am learning. That's the message for August. I will come back to you and I'll see you soon. We will always have monthly collective reading like this. And depending on your tier in Patreon, you will have different other service. August is our initiation month coming into this Patreon community. So feel free to send me a message on Instagram, send me a DM on Distinguished Divas Instagram, not my personal Instagram if we are not friends. If you're friends and you know each other, fine, come into my personal Instagram. It's cute, it's fun. And the Lionsgate message, I will drop a meditation here on the 8th or the 9th of August. Or I'll do it actually before. So I'll do a meditation session on the 7th of August and drop it here so that it would support you to listen to it and go into this Lionsgate energy. I am very grateful. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I know that the commitment that you make to your healing and to our collective healing will be rewarded bountifully and abundantly. I wish you well. I pray for many, many ancestral blessings and guidance and clarity in the month of August. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Have a wonderful month. Mwah.